Have you ever been in a situation where you wanted to play an old game but couldn't because there were no online servers left? Maybe even your beloved single-player game didn't work anymore. In most cases, this leads to the death of certain games, think The Crew or H1Z1. And most publishers actually profit from this. They can release new games, and players will buy them. This is exactly what the European petition Stop Killing Games aims to challenge. The petition wants to create a legal framework to force publishers to leave games in a playable state after their end of service. This could mean keeping a single-player mode functional, or game publishers would be required to release server files for the community to host servers themselves. Publishers wouldn't be required to host these game servers themselves forever. The petition has currently reached 1.2 million signatures and hit its quorum to be heard by the EU Commission. But is it a good idea? You've heard of the advantages. Games will stay playable or can be self-hosted. This could increase community building and strengthen consumer rights. However, this potential law could also bring some caveats. Game publishers might fear higher costs or the loss of control over their intellectual property, potentially causing them to leave the EU as a market. There are also security risks. Who would be liable if you got hacked by a custom community server? These security incidents could also occur if the game itself has a vulnerability. The bill could also limit creative freedom if developers have to keep longevity in mind from the outset. This potential law could solve a huge problem for video game consumers. If a game becomes unplayable, you don't just lose the source of joy, you might also lose a significant amount of connected memories or nostalgia. But the critics also have a point, and some publishers will probably retreat from the European market. In the end, it will depend on the specific implementation in law and the global market power of the EU. Perhaps the whole world can profit from this, just like in older cases such as the adoption of USB-C on all smartphones. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comments.